Straw Hut Media.
All right, Heartbreakers. So here's another solo episode. I'm going to go over hot topics, blah, blah, blah. The questions. You guys already know how it goes. But a little update on my life. I'm always out and about doing my thing. I went on a nice little getaway. My friend Steph, she's in the room right now. Should we all clap for Steph? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. My good friend Steph comes over to my house one day and she's like, oh my God, I have a really good guy for you. I think he'd be a great person for you to meet. She has this really nice time in Vegas with them. They love to gamble and stuff. So I go out on a date with the guy. I meet him at a place in his house in Malibu and it was very nice. Then the next day I wasn't feeling so well. So I didn't see him. And then the following day, he messages and he's like, hey, we're taking the PJ to Vegas if you want to tag along. So I was like, oh my God, I can totally be ready in an hour and meet you there, of course, right? When you say PJ, I want to, jump on it. I'm a what's it called? A gold digger. That's what I'm just kidding. But anyways, I have a great time. He's a very nice guy. He gets this grand suite villa thing at the Bellagio. I had to do a photo shoot, so I actually really needed that day to be getting my nails done and all types of stuff. So he had the nail people come to me. It was just a great time. Then I wanted Steph to be there, and he sent the plane back for Steph, and it was just great. And I met his friends and whatever. So yeah, that's my little date. If you want to date me, that's what you got to do for me. I'm just kidding. I don't need all of that. I'm lying. But it was such a good memory. And I love when somebody's very generous and very kind and just does the most for me, because it makes me obviously feel good. Anybody would feel good if that's not what I expect though. And he knows that. I actually don't need much. The only thing that I need from a guy is peonies. That's the only thing that I ask for. I don't need jewelry. I don't need bags. I don't need my rent paid. I do want peonies. Italian peonies. That's the only thing that guys need to buy me.
I don't know what a peony is. What is
You don't know what peonies are?
No.
Oh, it's a certain kind of flower. You've never seen them? If I showed you a photo of them, you'd be like, okay. But I love them. I don't know what it is. It's because when they open, I feel like you get 3 different types of flowers. So it's they start off closed if they get them on time, and then they slowly open and it literally looks like 3 different flowers.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Etsy bans sex toy sales across the entire platform. Before I go over the bullet points, I am sad about this. Why? I got a sex toy from Etsy. It was a butt plug, and I put somebody's name, and it was let's just say John Slut on there. And then I got 2 of them, so in case we had threesomes, the girl could also wear them as a surprise. And the guy really liked it, and the person they had to make it themselves and put the name and everything on it. Super cute. This is not a sex toy, but I also got somebody's name. I couldn't wear it for them because they broke up with me. It was a thong that said the person's name on the back. And I got that from Etsy too. But anyways, the e-commerce platform will no longer allow adult toys, sexual accessories like butt plugs, to be sold on their website. The company announced in their recent memo that has been met with frustration and anger by its value vendors. So let's see why. Why would they stop doing that? Maybe it's for sanitary reasons. Starting July 29th, Etsy will remove listings that advertise sex toys such as dildos, vibrators, similar products. The head of Etsy's trust and safety team, Alice, said that it will keep underage users safe. Okay, now I get why they're doing that. The problems come when people who have been handcrafting custom sex toys and supporting their entire livelihood with Etsy have had their stores burned to the ground. I mean, I could see how this needs to be done. I'm not gonna lie. Once they said they want to control the underage people buying sex toys, I didn't really think that was a thing, but it's true. When you're buying sex toys like online, you have to agree that you're over than 18 to even get on the site, to even see the sex toys. And I've been on Etsy when I bought the butt plugs. They didn't ask me if I was 18 and above or whatever the standard thing is. So I could see that that's like a concern. I wouldn't want that either. Like if I had children, I wouldn't want there to be a site that allows or doesn't control the age. Also, how do you make sure that this stuff is clean? If the person's handcrafting, how do I know that that's actually what they're putting into the mold? How do I know that? Obviously, you want to clean your sex toys as soon as you get them when you order them online, but how do I know that, like, I don't know. I just now thought of that I put that butt plug in like that, and I didn't like even, I don't know, like that. I'm even worried for myself. I did clean it before, but I actually think it's a must-needed solution. I feel like, isn't there other sites that you could sell handcrafted sex toys on? Like, are you allowed to on Amazon? I've bought sex toys on Amazon. Are you allowed to have, like, what is it? Is Shopped? Is that it? It's called, like, Shopped, something like that. Poshmark. Are you allowed to sell sex toys on there? I feel like there's other sites that you're going to be able to do that. Etsy is I know that's like your homemade, like when you want like a homemade blanket, if you want a homemade, I've even bought rings on Etsy that are custom made, but I personally am going to agree with this.
Or put like a age restriction on certain products. Like, can you just do that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't see why Etsy can't make you upload your ID like you do with every site. Like every site now you have to upload some type of ID, but I guess they could just use the ID of their parent or the ID of a sibling or something like that. But I mean, people could do that with anything these days. They could do that on every single site. So I'm going to take back what I said. I think this is a lazy solution because there's totally ways that they can control what's going on, whether it be an agreement, terms and condition. It's not my problem if you agreed to it, you know what I mean? Or if you can upload an ID. I think people should be able to use their Etsy for their homemade, sex toys. Okay, next one. Feel like your friends are drifting away. You're not alone. Oh. In their recent piece for The Guardian, writer Annalisa Barberi asked a vital question about friendships as adults. Why do we feel like our friends are drifting away? It's completely normal for friendships to end and grow distant. Is it though? I guess it is. Let me just keep reading before I comment. We move around, we have careers, kids, 1,000 other things that pull us apart. It's much harder to end a friendship when nothing has been wrong or happened, and we are really taught the ins and outs of navigating life-changing situations and friendships when we have such little time. While reaching out to old friends may feel like the right thing to do at the moment, can you force a relationship that another person doesn't want to put effort into? Okay, let's see. I mean, I have definitely had friendships where I have moved around a million places and I've just lost connections with them. I've literally been so busy that I've forgotten to answer friends. Like, that's a real thing for me. Like I said, I moved to plenty of different cities. I don't know. It's like, are you still friends with the people that you were friends with in high school? Most people aren't, right? Most people move away. Your adult friendships are the ones that, personally for me, are the most important. And I feel like sometimes it's one of your friends' jobs to keep the effort, and then it's the other friend's job. I've definitely had friends still in my life now where it is all on me to keep that friendship. It is all on me. That person will not do anything and they won't speak to me unless it's beneficial for them, or unless I could give them advice, or unless I could do something for them. I don't think that that's okay. I think that you got to cut those people off. people just get busy. People have kids. You outgrow people, like it says in here. And then what are you supposed to do? I think that sitting down and kind of analyzing your friends, Dr. Tara in that one episode had me analyze all of my friends and break down who I talked to the most and who I want to keep in my life and who I didn't. And it actually really helped me. And I really did go through the people where I was like, is it all on me to keep this relationship, or is this person doing like these things and like kind of, doing their part? And a lot of them, they weren't doing that. And I just got rid of them. And if I noticed that me getting rid of them didn't help them, communicate better, didn't help them want to be my friend more. And so I think that if you just let things be, and if you see someone, or if you feel like that urge to want to check in with them, I think you should always do that. Like, hey, I haven't thought of you in a while, like, or I've been thinking about you, I haven't hit you up in a while. Those are like great things to do. Or if you can remember that it's someone's birthday, but if it's all on you, those aren't your friends. They're just not. There's nothing you can really do about it. It sucks when you're sitting there and you're like, damn, this person doesn't want to be here right now. They want to be with their other friends. You got to get rid of them. You got to just move on. Be with people that also have maybe the same type of lifestyle as you. Maybe don't have kids. Or if you have kids, they also have kids. So then, you guys can hang out with your kids together. Stuff like that. All right. Oh my God. This is sad. Please help me get past being love bombed and given an STD. Oh. I, 21-year-old female, recently broke up with a very short-term fling, 24-year-old male. After what I thought was the man I would marry, the intimacy came very quickly, the sex was great, and my friends loved him. I felt I was in love with him until last week. I noticed something weird, bumps above my coochie. Naturally, I went to the clinic and got tested and ended up having herpes. I confronted the guy about this and he came clean. He said he was sleeping with other people. I feel sick, angry, and ready to not be responsible for my actions. What should I do? Guys, this is so sad, especially a long-term, like lifelong STD. You can sue him, actually. If he knew that he had this STD and you have evidence that he knew he had this STD, you could actually sue him and you could actually win millions. Just so you know. So if you really wanted to like go hard and you have text messages and you can even get him to admit, I wouldn't say that you're going to sue him, but if you can get him to admit in text messages that he knew he had herpes and he willingly gave it to you, it is illegal. You can sue someone for it, especially a lifelong STD. I mean, this is very hard to like work through, having something that you now have to explain to other people, and that honestly might scare people away. Ew, he's so disgusting. This is so disgusting. It'd be one thing if it was like chlamydia and you could get treated, but a lifelong STD, like, this is disgusting. I say sue him. I say hire a lawyer that will take a percentage so you don't have to pay them per hour because, that's on them. If you don't win, they don't get anything and you don't go into debt trying to sue this person. But that's my advice, is finding a lawyer that will take a percentage. And if this person, they're 24, maybe they don't have money, but he will have to pay you out for the rest of his life. Every single check that he gets will go to you. And I think that he deserves that for giving you a lifelong STD. Seriously. Oh, and he love bombed you too? Well, he love bombed you because he knew that he had an STD and he's purposely sleeping around with no protection because he almost wants to hurt people, and he wants also people to be stuck with him because he doesn't want to explain to people that he has an STD. Have I gotten an STD from someone? Well, I've gotten an STD in the adult industry and it made me quit, and it was very hurtful. It felt like a huge invasion to my privacy. Like, just felt like such an invasion that it was really hurtful. So I can't imagine like a lifelong one. I get tested like every single time I have sex with someone right away after 3 days. And I always spiral for those 3 days if I had unprotected sex with them. And I'm like, oh, I'm shaking, getting my blood taken. You know what's funny? I saw this thing on Instagram and it was like this guy saying, how do women decide who they fuck raw and not? Like, what is it that was like, oh, okay, this person I'm gonna have raw sex with, this person not. And like there's not much of a difference. And the guy was asking, I thought in my head, what is it that I decide makes me want to have sex with a person raw? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not me asking if they're tested. Because if I do and they just say yes, that's not good enough. I think that for me, if I see the person's lifestyle and I feel like they're not sleeping around and they feel like they're being honest, I will then have raw sex with them and then still go get tested. But yeah. Also, what's that medication that you could take? Valtrex. And I'm not a doctor. I don't know if this is true. I feel like if you take Valtrex every day and you go to your partner and you say, I take my Valtrex every day, I want to say that it's hard to give it to them. But you cannot go to somebody and not tell them that you have that. No matter how hard it is. If you want to do it through text, you have to tell the person before because you don't want to do what somebody did to you. No matter how angry you are. I would really sue the person. I would. Okay. Is it worth the gamble of ruining a friendship to pursue a relationship? I, 21 male, have been the best of friends with this girl, 21 female, for a few years and are currently going to the same college. We both had our moments of almost kissing or getting left alone and whatnot. I really like this girl and one night I almost told her before she stopped me and told me that she liked me but was too scared to lose me if our relationship didn't work out. I recognize that this is very valid. I like her more than my fear of losing her. What can I say or do for us to get together, or is it even worth it at all? I think it's worth it. I think you guys are young. I think that if you want to try to be in a relationship, I think at 21, try it. I think if you're 31, don't try it. I think keep that friendship. I think that you've gone so long when you're older, like friendships are better than relationships. I get sadder when I lose a friendship over a relationship. Like it will hurt me for a long time. Like that's one of my people. That's my person. Relationships come and go. But friendships, they really can be lifelong. There's no complications usually. Once you start being intimate with someone, you know, it brings out sometimes the worst in people, especially because you're so young. I would have to say that it's probably not going to last. And you probably will ruin your friendship. But if you really like this person, you never know if it's supposed to be for you guys. You don't know if this is like a lesson for you. You don't know what could come from this. I just say don't get pregnant. Don't get pregnant and don't get married. Just stay in a relationship, go through college, have your college experience together, and you guys have a great foundation already because you have a friendship. So it could be very beautiful. I think that's something that you should try, really, genuinely. You guys are the same age. Hopefully you guys are going for the same thing. Yeah. I say go to her, tell her exactly what you told me. My fear doesn't outweigh how much I want to be with you. I think that you're a great person. I value our friendship so much. And because we have such a great friendship, I think we're going to have a really great relationship. And say it just like that. Especially if you guys have already, they've almost kissed. I say just try it or go slow. Like I love to try to take you out on dates first. We don't have to kiss yet, but let's try to like maybe do something a little bit more romantic and see how that feels. And if it's not good after the first date, then you could always backtrack. There's no kissing, there's no sex, you're fine. Try it like that. All right, Heartbreakers. That's it for my solo episode. Please keep watching. Make sure you subscribe to all the platforms. Make sure you don't forget to subscribe to the Instagram, my Instagram. And yeah, write in your questions. If you have some hot topics you think I should discuss, just let me know. Bye, guys.